Hey guys, it's Tammy, and today is day number 1 on the war on sugar. Yes, if you guys have no clue what I am talking about, you really need to go back and watch the 3 previous videos of intro to war on sugar. Yesterday, I cannot believe I had over 400 grams of carbs, over 5,000 milligrams of sodium, and over 200 grams of sugar. I can't believe it. And I ate that crap. I did. And I used to eat like that for 2.5 years after I was diagnosed with having heart failure and hypo and dilated cardiomyopathy and hypertension. And I ate like that. And not anymore. I will never do that again. So I got a lot of messages this morning. Oh boy, did I get messages. Tammy, how'd you feel? How'd you feel this morning when you woke up? So yesterday I kept track of times on where, I wasn't feeling so hot. And I wrote them all down for you guys. So at 7:45, I had that mocha frappuccino from Starbucks, and it contained like 60 grams of sugar. And around 8:30, here we go. This is how the day started. I had my heartbeat was thumping and racing. My leg was bouncing. You know how you sit in a chair and you bounce your leg? My leg was bouncing. I had mental fog. I couldn't concentrate. I couldn't think straight. It almost felt like I was having an outer body experience. It wasn't me. It was just, who is this person? And I just did not feel right. I felt like I was going to puke, honestly, but I didn't. I was dizzy when I would stand. I started getting hot flashes. All of a sudden, I'd be sitting on the couch, and I'm like glistening a little bit. And I'm like, God, I am really, really hot here. What's going on? My breathing was a little hard. My chest felt tight. To people who have asthma, they know exactly what I'm talking about. That's usually when they take a hit of their inhaler. My ex used to have or has asthma, and I used to hit his inhaler, and then it would like clear up my lungs so I could breathe a little bit better. It felt like my chest, my lungs were just tightening up. And of course, I got the sugar high, and we all know what that is. That's where you're like, running around, you know, trying to do stuff. And, I couldn't sit still. I just couldn't. And then around 10:30, I started crashing. I got tired. I got sleepy. I got agitated. I got angry. I had a headache. I couldn't think straight. And I couldn't think straight to the point of people who have contacts. You know exactly what I'm talking about. I started off the day wearing my contacts. And after I drank that coffee, about half an hour to an hour later, I started seeing these flashy things in my eyes. And it looked like triangles. And they were like blue, pink, and purple. And I started seeing these flashy things. So I said, okay, I'm going to take out my contacts, put them in the case, wait a couple hours till the flashy things go away. And I did that. Well, because I'm blinder than a bat, and from the mind confusion and everything and just being all hyper, instead of putting saline solution in my contact cases, I put disinfectant, which contains 3% peroxide, and I didn't know it. So when I went to go take my contact out before I went to lunch, I put it in my eye. My eye was on fire. It swelled red. It's still a little bit red today, but I've been eye dropping it and everything. And if you guys know exactly what I'm talking about, put it in the comments below, because it burned. It would be like putting salt on your eyeball, basically. It hurt. So that's why I wore glasses to George Webb's. So 11:30, I had breakfast. And honestly, after the 2 pancakes, the syrup, the butter, the 2 eggs, the 3 pieces of bacon, and hash browns and toast, I was still hungry. I was still hungry. I could have ate more, but I didn't, because I knew that in about 20 minutes, after I have some more water, that I would be full. But honestly, back in the day, I would have still ate. I probably would have ate like 2 more pancakes. I mean, that I was still hungry. Why? Because there was empty calories. I mean, there was a lot of calories from that syrup, and there's a lot of calories from that butter, and I just wasn't full. So then started to get tired. I fought through the nap because I really wanted to take a nap. I really did. I got hot flashes. I was dizzy, lack of concentration, mental fog. My armpits were sweating. Now, here in Wisconsin, the weather has increased, and yesterday I think it topped out at like 78 degrees. So it was a little bit warmer, a little bit, so I don't know. Maybe that might have had to do something with it, but my armpits were sweating while I was sitting. My breathing again was a little bit hard. Um, Not so much a short of breath, but it wasn't the normal, when I would walk around and stuff like that. It just wasn't the normal. It was like, I almost like had to take a deeper breath. I felt dehydrated. Oh, to the max, I felt dehydrated. My jeans were getting tight, so I had to switch to jogging pants because of the water retention from the carbs. Sad. And the sodium. Sad, isn't it? And I started getting heart palpitations, and my heart was beating like really, really hard, and it almost caused me to have a panic attack. So around 2, started getting a little pain in my chest, and I started yawning. Yeah, so guess what I did? I took a nap. And I haven't taken a nap in, I couldn't even tell you when. I couldn't even tell you when. I think it was back in February when we were trying to figure out which heart medication I should be on. And we started with candesartan. I think that's the only time I took a nap. But other than that, I don't take a nap. When I'm doing keto, man, I'm up. I am ready to go, and I'm ready to start my day. I took a nap at 2 o'clock, and I woke up at 3:15. And let me tell you, I felt like shit. I felt like shit. And it just felt like a truck hit me. Like, oh, my legs were heavy. It was just bad. So around 3:30, it felt like my heart was on fire. Like somebody was like taking it and like ripping it, real slowly. And my legs were heavy. So I took 2 Advil because I started getting a headache again. And around my ICD unit, my defibrillator pacemaker, it started to burn. It started like this, not like a tingling, but it felt like, or just around the ICD, it started to burn. And yeah, I never want to do that again. So then after dinner, at 7 o'clock, I started feeling sick, stomach upset, heartburn. I haven't had heartburn in, I want to say, at least 6 months. And that's because I had too much acid that day. I had tomatoes and tomato sauce, and anything that contained acid, it really triggers my heartburn. And from the pizza, obviously, because of the pizza sauce, I got heartburn. My heart started pounding again. My chest started, it felt like somebody set it on fire, like somebody took gasoline in a match and just lit my heart on fire. It hurt so bad. And then around 8 o'clock, as soon as I started watching some videos on nutrition and, weightlifting and stuff like that, I looked down at my leg, and my leg started, and it only happens in my left leg. And I think other people can relate to this too. A lot of people will retain water in certain areas. And for me, it's my left leg. And I showed a picture of it last night on my page and on my heart failure weight loss page of it. And I got, oh, take care, Tammy. Oh my gosh, that could totally happen to me, things like that. So I want to say thank you to the people that were concerned about me. But of course, this is Tammy we're talking about. Tammy knows how to get that off. So anyways, left leg was swelling, felt dehydrated. eyes getting sleepy, yawning, very outer body experience. I just did not overall feel like myself. I, I don't even know how to express it. It just wasn't me. Mental confusion up the wazoo. My memory was short. My daughter came in and talked to me for a little bit, left the room, then came back in, and I couldn't even remember what she said before. I mean, that's how bad it was. 9:15, this is where the inflammation started. Inflammation in the back of my neck, my lower back, and my knees. You guys, I have severe arthritis in my knees. So yes, we did have a thunderstorm last night. But let me tell you something. The weather does not affect my knees. It's the sugar. I honestly felt like I was on statins all over again, honestly. And it was the sugar. Sugar causes inflammation in your body. And if you take out that sugar, hardly any inflammation there. So I was in pain. I had to put icy hot on my knees. And I didn't exercise yesterday. I just did some regular walking and stuff like that. So I went to bed at about 10, 11-ish. No, it was about 11, 12 o'clock because I was watching, of course, The Walking Dead because I was having a panic attack, thinking that my ICD is going to go off because of all the sugar and my heart was racing and everything like that. Woke up this morning and how do I describe this? Okay, back in the day when you're in your younger years, you go to a bar and you're sitting in there for 4 hours and you're drinking your beer and you're having shot after shot after shot. You leave the bar and you go home and you wake up in the morning and you feel like dog doo-doo, hungover, just bleh. Well, I didn't have that. I had that times 10. Times 10 this morning. I woke up to take my daughter to school and I felt like crap. I fell back asleep and I woke up at about 10 o'clock and I feel a little bit better right now. I have been drinking water like there is no tomorrow. Right now, I have 90 ounces of water in me and I don't even really know what time it is. But so yeah, will I be doing that kind of day like that again? No. Yeah, I don't see processed foods in my future at all. I will not put myself through that again. Is it worth giving up Snickers and Mountain Dew and pizza and, all the things I love? Yes, because my health is way more important and I will not put my body through what I did yesterday ever again. I may have a cheat meal, but it's not going to be processed stuff. It is going to be a complex carb or a simple carb, like watermelon or, healthier options. I will not eat the processed crap again. So, first day, war on sugar. Yes. So I have decided that I will not have any sugar whatsoever. I will not be having any natural sweeteners, and I will not be having any artificial sweeteners. I threw the artificial sweeteners in there because there is a big controversy on them right now. If you want to, you can join this and you can just cut out the sugars that are in foods. See, usually when I used to read labels, I'd read serving size, I'd read calories, I'd read the fats, the sodium, the carbs, the sugar, and the protein. I really didn't pay attention to the ingredients, okay? I didn't really pay attention to the ingredients. I did look for high fructose corn syrup in the foods, but I really didn't pay attention to the rest of them. Like, for instance, like fructose and molasses and brown sugar and cane sugar and all that stuff. I just looked at sugars total underneath the carbs and trying to keep my sugars low. But now there are 60 different names for sugar. And you can go to don'tmesswithmemama.com to download the list and print it off if you want to. So like for example, there's molasses, brown sugar, cane sugar, corn syrup, confectioner's sugar, dextrose, what else? Fructose. There is lactose, which means I will not be eating any dairy and I will not be eating any cheese because it all contains lactose. Honey, what's some other ones? Organic raw sugar, rice syrup, just a whole bunch, a list of sugar, 60 different names for sugar in your food. So I will be going to the grocery store because I am not prepared for this today. I will not take you with me because it's going to take a while to read through all the ingredients and everything, but I will make a video on what I did buy. But for the next 21 days, I will not be having any of this. Now, I have a list of artificial sweeteners and the different names that are on there for the artificial sweeteners that they use to disguise. And at the top of the list that I downloaded, it says artificial sweeteners. Replacing sugar with artificial sweeteners may be doing more harm than good. Recent studies show that these chemically modified sweeteners can damage the way our body naturally processes sugar, making you more susceptible to overeat. Because of the increasing public health warnings, food companies are now obscure names to hide these artificial sweeteners in their products. This list will help you avoid these dangerous chemicals. Now, if you want that list, I could ship it off to you. Natural sweeteners list. Are you ready? Fresh fruits. So that means I will not be eating any fruit whatsoever on this 21-day adventure. So no strawberries, no raspberries, no blueberries because it contains fructose. Dried fruit, raw honey, stevia leaves, maple syrup, herbs and spices. Yes, garlic powder contains sugar. The only seasoning I will be using is pepper. Coconut palm sugar, dates, blackstrap molasses, brown rice, banana puree, dates, real fruit jam, and balsamic glaze. Yeah. So there's only a couple of exceptions to this rule that I am doing. So if you want to do the war on sugar, just put hashtag war on sugar on your posts. You don't have to do the artificial sweeteners or the natural sweeteners. I am just taking it to the extreme. They say it takes 21 days for your body to detox from something like drinking, smoking, drugs, whatever. So I'm doing the 21-day War on Sugar challenge. There will be some exceptions to this. I will be eating butter because butter is life. To my vitamins that I need, especially my magnesium, contains glycerin, which is an artificial sweetener. So vitamins will be an exception. My toothpaste has sugar in it. So that will be an exception. And I will be eating vegetables on this because let's face it, guys, we need the minerals, the vitamins from vegetables. So no butter. I'm going to be having butter. I'm going to be taking my vitamins. I'm going to be eating my veggies. And I will be brushing my teeth. So there's no ifs, ands, ways around that. So if you guys want to join me on this journey, I am happy to have you along. Tag me in your posts. I hope to encourage a lot of people. War on sugar, baby, day 1. And I'll be posting what I eat every day at night and to show you what I mean by war on sugar. God, I'm going to miss dairy for 21 days. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good day.